A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful twin flamers out there and people who are on the spiritual ascension journey, who are here on my channel, because I have noticed that on my channel not only twin flamers are there but also people who are on a serious ascension journey, those who are in advanced soulmate relationships or those who are on an individual journey also are here. So I welcome all of you all, because we are all having the same mission actually, and the mission is to just be. Divine Masculine quits addictions as union gets closer. I had to take so many naps because the download was intense and heavy, and along with that my whole emotion towards this topic and my own understanding towards this topic, everything just became too interesting. So now, twin flamers can contribute a lot just by being themselves. Just be should become their lifestyle. It becomes their motto. And I'm finally sharing the link of Just Be song, though I kept saying that I will share it in other channelings, but I never did. Just drop in a comment if you look for it so that I know which video was that. But in this, definitely I'm sharing, because this song, Just Be and The Universe is Like a Candy Jar, these two songs were given to me right after and before. It started before and after my father's passing over. And one of the songs, The Universe Is You, I actually narrated to him when he was on a ventilator. So those two songs were given to me by the divine, and at that time I thought I've just written poetry. And when I look back now, I clearly can see that they are actually channeled messages, and the flow, the words, everything makes sense. So I would be sharing it here because the energy of Just Be and Universe is Like a Candy Jar really goes with this type of lifestyle, because the lifestyle has to be very authentic for all twin flamers who are on the ascension journey. The understanding is more towards the factor that the union should happen within all divine feminines first and foremost. Because if the union will not happen within them, it cannot happen outside. And how do you know the union has happened within you? You will feel a very different kind of peace and contentment. You would really not need or care about any relationship. Obviously, your relationship is supposed to happen only with the divine masculine in its full bloom. But till that doesn't happen, some of you would go through karmics, and your divine masculines could also go through karmics. But there has to be a time when all this has to end, and my goal is to bring you to that point where you are completely content with or without divine masculine, because that divine masculine energy lies within you. You are the person who has that energy. You have both divine feminine and masculine within you. So once that Ardhanareshwar energy, which is half woman, half man form in complete balance is created, that energy is created within you in 5D first it will happen through the chakra merge, then in 5D, and then you will see it in 3D. So before it happens in 3D, you will start feeling a very different kind of peace and bliss. Not that the problems are not there or other things don't happen and you won't have anything to do. In fact, you will become more active, more alert, more aware. You would look forward to every day. You would have your to-do list ready even before you wake up. And the moment you wake up from the bed, you'll be jumping out. You'll be like ready to go out and ready to do whatever you want to do. It will be that. Even if someone else feels and tells you that, oh, you're doing not something big, you will be like, hey, that big and small is for me to decipher, and it's between me and source. You just don't judge me. Judgment won't really bother you. And any other negative situations, even if there is a fight between you and your masculine, they will not take it so seriously how they used to take it in the past. So that's because after the wounds get healed, they understand that this is coming from some internal source and not from external source. So for this particular channeling, this is the last part. So there are certain points that I'm going to conclude in this. Number one, as I said, that they can contribute on the planet Earth just by being who they are. And how should we all contribute is we have to build up a community of authentic individuals who actually do something, like take some step. They build up a community, they build up resources, they build up systems which are more nature based, more organic, more real, and more authentic, which keeps in mind the goodwill of all beings involved. So first of all, like from the pet's perspective, I must say that you should stop buying expensive breeds of dogs unless they're abandoned. Like, no, don't buy, just adopt them. Adopt the orphans, the homeless ones, feed the street animals, provide for their medicines. Because buying expensive breeds has created a huge market of animals who are treated as machines for creating, producing children, producing more animals, which are sold in the market. Now, there have been so many cases where Siberian Huskies and other such huge animals, furry animals, are being sold in the market, and they are being sent to really hot places where they cannot even survive, where they are completely depressed. So this is a torture. Just because someone wants to show off that I have this particular breed does not mean the animals should suffer. This is happening in many places of the world. Rich people are buying expensive dogs, expensive animals, expensive cats, but they don't, when you buy, it automatically becomes an object. So being a twin flame, being an authentic soul, being on the ascension journey, we must never contribute to these things. Because these animals that the breeders keep, they are continuously artificially inseminated, and they are always producing children. They are kept in depressive states, cages, unhealthy environments. It's just not good. It's just not human-like to do such things. So never buy them. Best is to feed hungry animals, contribute for their feeding. And it doesn't cost much to become a caretaker for the ones who live nearby. Just go to shelter homes and play with them. If you cannot adopt, if you cannot bring a pet inside, you don't have that much space, you don't have that much to do, you can simply locate the nearest shelter in your area. Just go to that shelter. Make it a point that you go there at least twice or thrice in a week whenever you get time. Make some nice friends over there, play with them, give them some food, take them out for a walk, give them a bath. Just serve at those places if you're an animal lover. Now about the food, especially for people who feel bad for the animals, who give their food via cruelty. So try to get milk and milk products from local people who treat their cattle better and who also have farms alongside. Because what some farmers also do is, which I have also witnessed when I was being raised, is that they use all the cow dung in the farms as manure. So it's such a good way to utilize their product, their dung as manures, and it does wonders for the environment, for the crops, because the food that they grow also gets natural manure instead of harmful and chemical pesticides or other things that it's put. The cow dung is very, very good for the plants love it. And then the same cow dung can also be used to create gas. And I had seen many people who had separate gas lines which used to come from the cow dung that they used to store for gobar gas. Gobar is what dung is called in Hindi language. Now, growing your food is also real independence. You can, if you don't obviously have a big piece of land, you can start by doing small things, like you can grow them in pots, you can grow them in your own house. You can make a space where you grow veggies, you grow tomatoes, or you grow small things like garlic, parsley, coriander, mint. These are small things that you can do, green chilies. I have a video where I had made it long time back, I never really shared anywhere, but I can give a link for that. It's how to grow small herbs in pots. You can just simply get pots, you can get the seeds, you can get some manure, cow dung, which is manure, and you can grow, and it feels very nice. You get such a nice energy. You can grow them in your terrace, you can grow them in your balconies. That's something you can do if you can't do in a big level. Now, what also people do in farmlands is, whenever there is extra growth, extra harvest or extra produce, even in the kitchen garden, if they have extra tomatoes or potatoes, then they don't sell it. They simply cut it into small pieces and they dry it up. That dried product is then used throughout the year. And they do it from radish, they do it from tomato, they do it with the pulses, they do it with different types of food items, and they make pickles. So nothing really goes for a waste. Nothing goes for a waste. This is the beauty of growing your own food. Instead of buying packaged food, processed food, you can make all of it at home also. Like, instead of buying purees or instead of buying these things like carton milk, it's better you don't buy those things. You make them in your own house. Then you can store, like when we make pickles in India, we keep them in the sun for many days, and then it's storage worthy. It can be kept without any refrigeration, nothing at all. So also try to not have so many pills for vitamins, for supplements. Try to have the actual things. Like vitamin C is great for human beings. But there is another great channeler called Bashar. He literally is doing, I've been watching him for a long time. He has spoken about vitamin C and what great role it plays. And even I felt when I started including oranges and lemon and all these things in my diet more so consciously, I started noticing a big change in my health, in my skin. So instead of applying things on your face, it's better you eat them, and you eat the natural thing, not the pills. Pills are, again, they are made in factories, as we all know. Now proteins, you can get more proteins in vegetables and pulses as compared to meat. Though a lot of people say that meat gives you protein, chicken gives you protein, but that's not a real thing. Of course, there's a lot of protein in seafood also. There are a lot of good things in seafood, and seafood is also far from our human DNA. You can consume it, but if you live in a place like that, if you live in a coastal area, there are many places where the fish actually come on the shore in the evening, in the night times, and some fish sellers sell that also. Now they don't have to kill the fish, they don't have to put a net. It's, automatically it's coming to them. And it's always also good to contribute to local businesses, to local sellers, to people who are growing their own stuff and selling it right from there. I recently read about a lady who has been growing vegetables and plant items, and she does it like she leaves every day in the morning from her house, and the house is in the city, and she goes to the nearby farm where it is, and she spends all day long over there, and she even has cows over there, and so she's kind of recycling everything. The cow dung is used as manure. So she actually invested all of her money in not buying a big house or not doing all of these things, but buying a piece of land in a area that she could afford, and she employed people, local people from there, and now she's selling the food, the produce from there every single day. Sometimes she even keeps the stuff outside. She's not even standing on the shop because she's busy. People come, they pick the veggies, they pick the stuff, and they keep the money. She said the quote was from her that many a times she keeps the food, she keeps the stuff, and people don't steal it. And if someone steals it also, like once in a blue moon it happens, she doesn't feel bad about it. She thinks that maybe someone is in really big need. That's why they would steal the food and not keep the money. So it's a very transparent, honest way of doing work, and a lot of trust and faith also goes into it. And otherwise, she has many people who are now taking deliveries from her, orders from her. So by just taking a piece of land, she's given employment to the people. She's doing her own home business. She doesn't have to do any other job or anything, and she's getting buyers who appreciate what she's selling because her stuff is completely organic. So she could have chosen to work in a corporation, take a job, but she used all her savings, all the money or whatever loan she took in a cause like this. And I think it's amazing. It's amazing what she's doing, even if it's on a small level, not on a huge, large scale. So twin flamers should consume antioxidants from fresh sources. It's very good for their health, very good for their lifestyle. Why people earn so much money? Why are we doing all these jobs, all this slavery? Simply because we have to maintain a lifestyle, we have to eat food, we have to wear clothes. But what's the point of working like a slave and then living in so much pollution, living an unhealthy life, eating food which is full of addictive elements, steroids and whatnot? The food also has hormones, and these hormones, I don't know who came up with this idea at first to include hormones, but they do it so that the food stays good for a longer period of time. It looks natural. So they put all these hormones in it, and these hormones are giving diseases to so many people. So the twin flamers have this responsibility to make this world a better place. And the world lifestyle, which is so unhealthy, full of addictions and distractions, going against our own human morals and values. So even when the divine masculine leaves the divine feminine, it's because she becomes a chaser. She starts chasing him too much, and at that point in time, she also gives up on her own interest, her own things that she loves, and her own moralistic values also at times, like going up to someone, begging for attention. Instead of doing all of that, the feminines should focus on inner work and continuing or building up or maintaining a lifestyle like this. doing something which is inspiring for him, because the DMs, they come back and they notice all this. When they sense that the energy, the chaser energy is gone and the separation has been longer, or they don't smell any of those vibes, they come back to see. And when they see that, oh my God, she has actually been living up her dream, she's on a mission, she's doing something great, they feel really bad for what they have done. Because obviously the problem with feminine is that she wanted this to happen while the divine masculine is with her. She has this dream life, or she's already working. What I have witnessed and what I have coached, I'm only going to talk about that. In my own scenario, in my own observation space, I saw that these divine feminines, why are they chasing the masculine, is because they want to share it with him. This lifestyle, this natural lifestyle, this living on a mission, doing something for others, serving humanity, being an authentic self, they want to share it with him. So they keep convincing him that, hey, come with me, I'll show you a great life, I'll do this, we'll do it together, we'll go and live in that place, or we'll build up this community. She keeps telling this to him through her words and through her actions, through her, like whenever she talks to them, like I had to face this problem because I had all of this intuition and all of these, I was an intuitive reader since childhood, but in my relationships and in my upbringing, I had to dumb it down. But later on in my ascension journey, in my inner work journey, I decided to not, just throw it away. And at that time, twin flames was not the new thing. It was not the topic, by the way. In 2009, 10, 11, it was completely a new thing. It was coming up. At that time, writing a book on a topic which most people don't even know, it was a big struggle for me at that time. And you would understand it now, because even now, you have to face a cold shoulder from your family if you tell them you're a twin flame. You can never share it with family members that you're a twin flame. It's just impossible. You can only share it with the community. Later on, with your work and with your peace or with whatever you do, they slowly and gradually start understanding that, okay, there is some concept like that, and still it's not for them, so they won't know. Only if it is for someone in the family, if someone else is also on the similar ascension journey, they will probably understand that, okay, you're doing something which is spiritual work, soul work, or mission work. Otherwise, don't do it. Don't share it with anyone who doesn't understand it. So for the divine feminine, back then, sharing it with the divine masculine is also a struggle, because he has no idea about this twin flame journey. Most of them don't know. Most of them find out when they are in separation phase, when they become the chaser, or when they cannot get a hang of what she's doing, where she has gone, where she has disappeared. That is the time they try to find out, and they also think, yeah, she did tell me something about twin flames, something about spirituality, something to do with intuition. So you have to face this. You have to face this type of judgment. But if you are getting judged, then it means that you got to stay away for a while. Before they tell you to stay away, you got to tell them that, look, this is not something, that I am making out from thin air. I'm not creating it. It is my lifestyle. I have felt it. I have experienced it. Whatever you want to do, you want to be a singer, dancer, artist, gardener, vegetable grower, or an animal activist. There are hundreds of things that people can do, and things that they love, but they don't do it fully because they are scared of the judgment or scared of the separation. In my opinion, you should not care about those things. You should just care about living an authentic life, and your DM would also respect you more if you do that. I've been trying to set up Gurukul system. I've been trying to set up farm system. I already have farmlands. So I am trying to set up an education system wherein people can just travel from any part of the world, come over there, live over there, enjoy the organic lifestyle and be a part of it. Also volunteer if they want, also set up a community. They should have a place for their children, because those who are twin flamers or those who are on ascension journey will not see the upcoming generation or the children the way others see it. They will remember their time, how when they were children, what all they faced. So even if they don't have biological children, there should be a community for other children who are coming up, who are being raised right now in the present situation, present scenario, or those who would be born who are not yet born. Because we should work in a manner, we should work in a way that our work should benefit people even after we are gone. Even after thousands of years after we are gone, people should be able to benefit from our lifestyle. Because the lifestyle change is a very important part of the ascension journey. In fact, when you do inner work, when you are so deeply meditative, so aware, you start seeing the beauty in all the other creations of the universe. Like I realized that goats are very playful. When they are small, they are even more playful and jumpy, and They have all those tricks when they are really small, and they are extremely cute. Calves are like big dogs. Kittens are so much fun to hang out with, and dogs, obviously, they are not just loving, protective, but they're very compassionate. They don't let you feel depressed. Social animals are always givers. So I feel a lot of gratitude because of this journey. If I would not have been in the inner work journey, then I would have never found out what was right under my reach, under my nose, but I was so busy in corporate lifestyles, corporate work, that I could never see it. So in 2018, I spent about 7 to 8 months in Nepal, and I learned many things about farming back then. The thing is that because I was raised in farmland, I was raised with cattle, and I also lived the city life. So I knew about farming because, that's why I say that children should always be allowed to learn these things when they are so young, because they remember it. Only because I remember that in my childhood I used to go to the corn farm, then we used to go to the rice, the paddy fields, and we used to grow vegetables with our grandmother. We used to hang out with the animals. We used to sit near the well. Then we used to go to the river. We used to play in the river. These are all things that I don't think, so many children are getting these days. And still, despite of all this, despite of knowing as a child that this life is more fun, there is so much to do here. In fact, most of the channelings that I have been sharing with you all are a result of my personal experience. This is an oil factory. This is like a local oil factory where I had gone to get mustard oil. So we grow mustard in our farms, and this is how it's done. This is from 2018 when I was away for 7-8 months for inner work only. So it's not like I'm talking all of these things just because I read it somewhere or I saw it somewhere and it was interesting. I am relaying these messages because I was put on this journey of understanding the difference between fake and real on all levels, not just, communication, behavior, but also food, lifestyle, everything. Now, if those who run the dairy farms keep the animals with respect and in natural ways, it won't be so bad. But they are jailed and kept in very small spaces. They have no freedom to do their favorite things like graze juicy green grass all day long, or walk around, stand wherever they love, sit in a pond. These animals can really improve the energy of planet Earth. And I remember one of my cousin who was just 10 years old used to love to work in the farms, and one of his bull died like a natural death. And this cousin was so hurt. He cried so much. He didn't eat food for a day. Now, normally parents don't want their children to learn these real things in life. They want them to get the degrees and get a job. Now, twin flamers are here to heal the earth and live an authentic life. So they should make sure that their children, or if they adopt others or they sponsor other children or any other children around them, then all children should get genuine education to grow their own food and learn focused attention right from childhood, so people can see them and people can get inspired. You living an authentic life can have a lot of impact on the coming generations. You may not even realize it now, or you will start realizing it. Some of you already have realized it. You already have made those lifestyle changes. You already feel very independent, very strong, very solid, very balanced. And you know how to live in balance with plants, trees, animals. You know what one love is. You just need this, I think, this validation or this confirmation from me through this channeling that what you're doing is absolutely fine. You're on the right path. The future generation should be able to establish connection with source easily, and at the same time, they should be able to attract their own divine counterparts and not have to live with karmics who don't love them at all. Or karmics should also go and look for their own divine counterparts and not have to, get along with someone they don't love only because they want to kill time or they want some things out of them. But before the twin flamers inspire the coming generations, they have to do it themselves. They have to live an authentic life, a healthy life, a real life where you do what you love and you feel content every moment. You spend your days doing mission work and you have divine masculine or feminine in your life. If not that, then you spend your time in doing inner work with happiness, with not complaining, bickering, blaming. Even if you have to do more inner work, you should be very much into it, into that zone. If you want to get married, you should be able to get married. You should not have those curses that I will never find true love is not meant for me, love is not meant for me. You should be able to live whatever way you want, even if it's as a monk. Because there is inner work in all lifestyles. But I do personally feel that householders have a harder life because you have to do everything. You have to take care of your responsibilities and keep doing the inner work. In fact, there is more adventure also in householder's life. There's so much to do. There's so much to observe. There's so much to record. Now, finally, I would like to end this channeling session by saying that once a person knows about inner world, then he or she becomes a real individual on planet Earth. They stop living in extremes, they stop reacting so much, and they are very patient, and they are people of faith. So thank you so much for being here with me. One love and peace out.